Welcome back to the Daily Function, the number one hip hop and R&B talk show here on UC on the Beat. I'm your host, Terrell Sattler. For those that are new, the Daily Function is on every Monday and Friday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. I also have a late showing on Thursday nights from 7 to 8 p.m. My show consists of me talking about the hip hop and R&B community for an hour, just 1 hour. So just tune in with me. Sometimes it's more music based with me creating a playlist for you all to listen to. Other times I will have a topic of discussion or interview that will bring up a special guest. Today, I actually have someone in the building with me. This is their first time on a Daily Function, so give him a round of applause. But he knows a lot about the hip-hop movement and its effects on the community. Tevin, introduce yourself, Brody.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My name is Tevin Tipton, coming at you from UCM, positive vibes and good energy. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Man. I'm good. Hey, he also from the hometown.
Of course, man.
STL, we rep it. We rep it. But let's get introduced to you, man. Like, what is your major up here at UCM and, like, future career goals?
Oh, okay. Well, here currently I'm studying pre-law at UCM. I, of course, have the goal to continue on to law school after my tenure here, After that, man, I'm hoping to specialize in something that can help push my community further on.
Yeah.
Something like civil law.
Civil law?
Yes, sir.
Most definitely. Like, what about, does that include being like a lawyer? Like, I might need a lawyer, man.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
I'm
gonna hit you up, Brody. I'm gonna need my lawyer.
Gotta help out the land.
I'm gonna need you on standby. Like, I give you a call. I'm gonna need you. But yeah, man. Moving on? What are some passions that you have with music? Like, what do you generally like? What motivates you in the hip hop and R&B community?
Yeah, man. Well, what I have to say, what motivates me just about the hip hop community, honestly, wouldn't be something you call normal. It's the connectivity of the people. I've seen personally people who've been at great odds come together just because of one piece of music, one project, what I'm saying? And that's something that I've decided to step out and connect other people as well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. It's always like that. Connections is with anything and everything, even outside of hip-hop music, just growing in life, trying to get to the next stage. Just being able to have those connections and those people you can rely on and build on is going to ultimately make you a better person.
Exactly.
And help you achieve to those points. So that's dope. What is your favorite artist? We on the Daily Function. We always gotta ask the interviewers of what's their favorite artist, just because
definitely, man.
We got a lot of critics out there, and everybody has their gives or takes on who's the best to do it.
Let me tell you, I'm a little biased, okay?
He's biased, y'all.
I can't just answer the question. I have two favorite artists, I have to say.
Okay,
two favorite artists. And this isn't all time, this is right now. You know what I mean? I'm specific with it.
Fair enough.
Right now, coming from the Lou, I have to say shout out to my man APC3. He's coming with bangers every time he's on the mic. And soon as I first started listening to hip-hop music, the person I have to dedicate that to is my man Kodak Black.
Okay.
100%.
So you said APC, is he?
APC3, yeah, he's the St. Louis artist.
He's a St. Louis artist,
definitely.
man. That's something I'm sad to say I'm going to be lacking with St. Louis artists. Like, of course I know, like, LA Foes and
okay.
Three Problems. I know some of the, guys that hit mainstream a little bit, but had their little sparks of mainstream fandom. But, like, other than that, I really don't know, like, the local, deep in the city, underground rappers. So it'd be cool for you to kind of, at the end of the show, list a few rappers that we might be able to check out.
Oh, definitely, man. Could definitely pull that up for you, man.
So you said APC, right?
APC3, yep.
APC3 and Kodak Black. Okay, all right.
Definitely.
Pompano Beach.
It's a little mixed, but hey.
I mess with that. But thank you for letting us know a little bit about you.
Yeah.
Guys out there, the daily question today would be, what do your parents think about hip-hop music? So I'll let you all take the time to think about that. Go ask mom or dad. You can even ask your grandparents what they think of hip-hop music. What do you think they're going to say? But other than that, let's get some topics of discussion rolling here today. And the first thing I want to start off by saying, since you know how you talked about you all live in the criminal justice, law, business.
Exactly.
I would like to just start off with the fact of, how do you feel, why does hip-hop create this such negative image? Let's start off with that.
That's a very interesting question, and it's one I've also come to realize myself growing up, listening to hip-hop most of my life. I would say the most detrimental thing about hip hop today is the imagery, especially in the videos and from social media. When these younger children are watching these videos and looking at these rappers, you know, flexing the AKs with the switches or the, you know, all this
money,
vulgar
women.
stuff, vulgar women, you know, secular things.
Jewelry.
It brings it into a reality for them as to think this type of thing is okay. It's something that happens every day, and it's not. You know what I mean? So that I feel like that's the biggest thing that's attacking black youth today. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely.
Yeah, the way I feel, it's just, in a sense, I love social media. Social media is like, this is what I want a career in.
It's a powerful tool.
It's a great platform to kind of get stuff out there. Just for example, any type of movements like Black Lives Matter or, you know, just anything going on with the Jewish community, just movements that people need to get spreaded around the world.
Exactly.
We have social media to get that, you know, awareness around the world. If anything happens with, like, you know, police brutality and anything bad happens in general, social media is there to kind of help support and raise funds and do things that brings awareness to the whole world.
Social media is definitely became a way for the world to communicate with each other instantaneously.
Although social media has those positive effects, it also has those negative effects. For example, like you said, with the hip hop, for example, with the videos they post with drugs, money, women, jewelry, cars, like prophesizing, you know, promoting this idea that, yeah, I'm a rapper. By rapping, you need to do this, you need to do that. And in a sense, it's not really like that. You know, at the end of the day, you know, you just got to be you. You know, all that other stuff really doesn't matter. You just stay true to yourself. So social media is, although it's positive, I just feel it's just been a bad thing. Yeah. But like I said, this is my career. I love social media, but everything has its bad and good sides, ups and downs in a sense. So thank you for pretty much talking about the negative outcomes. Yeah, man. And since you told me your two favorite artists with Kodak Black and APC3, right? Let's add to that list. Who is your top 5? Let's build on to that.
Oh, you wanna build on? Okay. We say top 5 all time.
I mean, it ain't gotta be all time.
Now?
Right now,
let's
be specific right here.
Okay, very specific right now. You know, number 1, come at me if you want to. It's gonna have to be NBA. Never
NBA Youngboy?
Again. Yes, sir, Ski.
NBA Youngboy.
It may be a biased answer, but every album is bangers, man. Number 2, I'm giving it to Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? I played his music. I didn't really get into it until before the recent controversy.
Yeah.
But
okay. I was just about to bring that up.
That's to say, I can't look past his impact on the music as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Right under him, I'm gonna have to put my man Drake. He's coming up next, especially on the aux always. Yup. He said that's 3, Yup. This isn't hard, too hard. That's
more than 3. Are you putting APC3 in there?
You can add them at top 2.
So that's APC3 and then Kodak. You said
Kanye, Drake. And then last, I gotta put my man 50 Cent.
50 Cent.
50 Cent. He been with me since legit, man. I had to.
That's a respectable list, you know.
I have to, man.
You know, Drake, out of that list, Drake is my number 1.
Is he? Yeah.
You know, my mom is a supporter of Drake too. I know she's gonna be going crazy when she hear that. Drake on her number 1 as well, but he just don't miss. Like you said with NBA Youngboy. Oh, never mind. We gotta put him back in there.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so we gotta kick somebody off. That's how we messed up. ABC3. Kodak Black, you said Drake, Kanye, and NBA Youngboy. So we pushing 50 off to 6.
Ooh, I can never push out 50. Listen. You
gotta push somebody off because we need an official 5.
Kentrell, I'm so proud of him. You know what I'm saying?
He's really you off, bro. he kicked them up, man. Let's get a round of applause for that. Hey. I'm just playing. Hey, NBA Youngboy, he fired. You know, I don't want to be too biased against him because I'm also a fan of NBA Youngboy. It's just that I don't know. Lately, he's just been dropping so many albums. Like, man, what does that man do?
Bro.
Like, he's probably
he sit down and writes.
He probably got a whole album done today. Bro, it's just sitting right here. He probably wrote like 4 songs he just recorded in the studio. Cause like every time I see something, he got an album. I think he already dropped 2-3 albums this year alone.
Yeah, well, he's been on the grind, you know, since he's been locked down recently, you know.
Oh, yeah.
All by himself. He couldn't do any music.
I know the last 2 albums I haven't been able to listen to. I think it was 380 380. It's like 380 degrees, 300,000.
Yeah, I believe so.
3,800 degrees,
Mm-hmm.
and Mom, I'm proud or something. I forgot the name.
Yeah.
I just know he dropped 2 albums, and I still haven't listened to him. So, shout out to YoungBoy, but I still haven't gotten around to listen to his album. But that's cool, man. That's cool.
I tell you, once you play it one time, you won't stop. I promise you.
But yeah, like I said, I got Tevin in the studio with me today. We just talking a little bit about hip hop and pretty much his knowledge. We got some music coming up here on the Daily Function. When we come back, we got more topics of discussion. All right, welcome back to the Daily Function. I'm here with Tevin. Tevin?
Yo, what's up, guys?
My guy. Like I said, if you guys were here earlier, we've just been basically just chatting it up, just talking a little bit about music. So far we talked about his top 5, some of the impacts on the hip hop community with social media and its effects. And yeah, we're just gonna wrap it up, chop it up a little bit more.
Yep.
My next question is, what is hip hop fashion? Are you really into like fashion in a sense?
Man,
like is there like a specific fashion statement that rappers or artists in general have to have? Like,
for me, I can only judge somebody once I see it on them. You know what I mean?
You gotta put that on.
So like, I mentioned earlier, my favorite artist is 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? When he first came out with that bulletproof vest, you know what I'm saying? It's probably people looking at him crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Nowadays, it's hard.
You know, these rappers nowadays, a lot of people are rocking, the Nikes, the Dunks, and stuff like that. I've seen it a lot go. I've seen it go. Oh, he sure does right now.
Got the pandas on.
They've got a lot more into the shoes and the high end stuff, and I'm really liking it. The V-Lone tees. Yeah. Rest in peace, Virgil. You know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace.
I'm liking it. I'm liking the movement.
But in a sense, like I know I asked that question, but like we said earlier, with the whole idea of how social media and just seeing rappers and artists in general, people seeing them, they think they supposed to wear this, wear that. And like in a sense, is there really supposed to be like a hip hop fashion? Like, can that be seen as good or bad?
Well, I could say it could be seen as controversial, but honestly, as an artist, if you're gonna put out your music to portray you're this type of person, you know what I'm saying? I can't really expect you to be walking around in a suit and tie, but you know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah,
but there's limits to everything, you know. People can wear what they want at the end of the day. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, if he put it on, he put it on.
Put it on.
Everybody got, like I said earlier, like everybody has their own type of flow for things and how they just want to be as an artist. And that all goes back to like where they from,
where they come from,
what they represent, and just pretty much how they was driven. All about role models, which is what I wanted to talk about earlier with the social media. Just rappers and artists in general being sort of a role model. Do you see that in rappers and artists or in people in general?
I definitely do. Just in some of the rappers that are popping today, I could see, because from where I come from a basketball background, sports background, so I could see the younger kids behind me coming up wearing ski masks in the basketball gym. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they're thug, and that's just, I can see it coming from the rappers that they're listening to. They can't really filter that out. You know what I'm saying?
That is true. People kind of go on and represent where they come from.
Right.
That's just how they are. Like I said, you stay true to yourself. So when these rappers stay true to themselves, that's just how they, reflect to others. So in a sense,
in a way, could be positive. The people trying to emulate, role models, and they can be used just in a positive way. You know what I mean?
So a hip hop or rap artist could be seen as a good role model, in your opinion?
Oh, 100%.
Most definitely.
100%. I've seen it in my own right. I've just in a different genre of hip hop, rap. I've been very disciplined as a child, so I was also into Christian rap. I remember my man Lecrae. If you know anything about him, he's also one of the top Christian rappers out, and he was one of the biggest role models for me, just because a lot of things he said represented what I was going through, just as if in normal hip hop today.
Yeah, I actually have a friend whose friend is also does a little bit of Christian rap.
Yeah,
he goes by J-Dub.
Okay,
also from St. Louis. He got a few songs that I kind of mess with. it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not always about the extra stuff, the money,
Sliding
the
on
club,
ops and
sliding
you know what I'm
on
saying?
people,
Yeah, man.
the guns. We want to stay away from the violence. Even though it's sad to say, them songs be bumping.
They do.
But let's be real,
Don't
everybody.
get it twisted.
No, let's get it twisted. That's a song. This is real life. This is real life. This ain't no video game.
Yeah,
We ain't
you only
got
get one.
We ain't got 9 lives for real. So it's all about just taking face value, seeing what it is, and pretty much interpreting it from where it is.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, man. Role models. When we was talking about role models, like what artists you think would be a good example as a role model besides Christian rap? Let's say an artist today, like that's doing it now, that people can see it mainstream. Who is a good role model?
Man, that's very interesting.
Off the top of my head, I could go with Drake.
Could you?
Like Drake, like he's number one artist. I mean, we really don't see Drake getting in trouble or dealing with anything outside of rap. I just feel he's a good example of like you could kind of get to this level and kind of it doesn't involve you going to jail, dealing with cops, having other issues outside of that. Like you could just make music for the people and live your life and better other people, helping other communities, helping your family out in a sense.
I definitely
still pursuing your passion and goals.
I really see that as a great answer. But the reason I wouldn't really say Drake is because I kind of see him as a superstar status at this point. Nobody can really touch Drake. I mean, even if, it's Drake,
But where he came from, though.
He did start from the bottom.
Aubrey,
you know
started
what I mean?
from the bottom.
Look where he at.
He was on a TV show.
Look where he at.
The Grassity. My guy started from a wheelchair.
He did. He really did. I mean, bro, I'd have to say J. Cole.
J. Cole.
Oh. Because... First of all,
most definitely,
the impact his music made. Secondly, the things he's producing right now. I've seen him almost trying to play professional basketball. You know what I'm saying? And I love that, to be able to see people jump professions. You know what I mean?
He's actually a bucket too.
And he is, and I believe any child, young boy, any young girl looking up to that. You know what I'm saying? Multiple streams of income, diversifying your funds. You know what I'm saying?
Be more than an artist.
Be more than an artist.
So, most definitely. Since you just don't just switch the switch like that and just bring up J. Cole like that,
man,
this brings me to the question: who is the GOAT then? I know earlier today
you
didn't want to talk about that. Who's the GOAT then?
The GOAT.
When as soon as you said J. Cole, you know who hit my mind? Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick.
What was that? What's that face, bro? What's up?
Man,
what's up with Kendrick, man?
Kendrick has his own style. He has a lot of good songs.
So he's in a whole different category or something?
Man.
Nah, he's still in that category. It's hip hop.
We
ain't even finna make this difficult for the people.
I was a little late on Kendrick, man. I can't lie.
You can't lie?
Yeah, I can't lie.
So you wouldn't even consider him in that GOAT conversation then, huh? Or you just don't know?
Nah. I've listened to enough of his songs not to consider him in that.
Seriously?
Yeah, my man Nas is going to be him any day. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm trying to tell the youngins out here.
Man,
like
listen to
my
him,
roommates,
bro.
I brought up Nas in like my top 5. They was like Nas.
He's up there.
Come on, man. Nas back in the day when he had beef with Jay-Z and all that stuff.
That's crazy.
I forgot the name of one of his songs, but he murdered Jay-Z when they had a little diss back in the day. I don't know too much knowledge. I'm still a youngin' myself. But it was one time he dropped a track on Jay-Z. He straight murdered Jay-Z just with the diss bars. I was like, oh my goodness, like you can't recover from that.
Hey.
I was like, Jay-Z took an L. I never seen Jay-Z take an L. But after I listened to Nas, I was like, oh yeah,
he's like that.
Jay-Z took an L for sure, and most definitely.
Man.
So Nas is like that. But like I said, who's the GOAT?
Man, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to stop.
We're not gonna slide. We're not gonna slide past this.
Greatest of all time, man. This is that's a big decision, man. Greatest of all time. I put up against anybody. I already stated his name. Man, Curtis Jackson, Mr. 50 Cent. I'm telling you.
50 Cent.
50 Cent.
Greatest of all time.
GOAT.
So, Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z.
Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Kanye,
West,
Drake, Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty.
NBA.
Whoa. I know he just did not say Lil Yachty.
Hey man,
You
Lil
talking
Bo.
about the dude that just dropped a song that was like, I took the
Man.
whoa.
I just had some of his pizza before I came in, so I had to, say, stuck in my head a little bit.
Man, Lil Yachty, oh my goodness. There's people out there crying right now that you said
Oh,
Lil Yachty.
man.
Ain't no way you ain't no way you mentioned Lil Yachty in the GOAT conversation.
Man,
Those
listen,
two
Lil
don't
Bo,
go together.
Lil Bo gave you broccoli, man. You can't look past that.
Same song with, what's his name, Kyle on there? What dude? Kyle Broccoli? Yeah, them two is on there. Man, he can't be considered
Oh,
a GOAT
Kyle.
either. Yeah. So,
Nah, it's a little too late for them.
it's too late for them.
Yeah, he's at 8.
Lil Yachty is crazy.
I mean, hey,
And what about Juice WRLD? Because my last show,
Juice WRLD
my guest said Juice WRLD.
is the GOAT.
How you feel about that?
Man, I mean, no disrespect to them. You know what I'm saying? Juice WRLD, he had a decent impact, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say his music was, bad or anything. He had great songs, but I can't consider him the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? Because there's rappers who have done what he's done 3 or 4 times longer.
Yeah.
Beget,
R.I.P. to Juice WRLD.
R.I.P. to Juice WRLD, you know what I'm saying?
Understandable. Did you listen to him at all, though?
I mean, I dabbled a
songs?
little bit, you know what I'm
Few songs?
saying? Lucid Dreams was also a track, you know what I'm saying?
Man, okay, all right, but overall, he said 50 Cent.
50 Cent,
I can't be really mad about that.
Because can't nobody beat him. 1-on-1, 1-on-3.
Okay.
Curtis 50 Cent, man.
Curtis 50 Cent. All right. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
I know we kind of build up to this point of the idea and today's daily question. Like, I want to remind you all, what do your parents think about hip-hop music? So we're going to move down to a bracket of what do you think of hip-hop in general? This is me asking you.
Okay.
Let's talk about hip-hop overall.
Hip-hop overall, man, that's really an interesting question. It's a great question because it can be there's no real right answer. There's been multiple outcomes of hip-hop on especially just the black community alone. But overall, I'd have to say that it's a change that may be needed.
Yeah.
I say it's needed, and without it, there wouldn't be no change, because I feel like without fire, there'll be no mark. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm feeling what you're saying there. In a sense, hip hop, like you said, has been very impactful on the black community, and this is just sort of something I've been listening to all my life. But like we brought up earlier in today's show, with its negative side and positive side, everything has a negative and positive side at the end of the day. But with hip hop, it's just all about what you take and see as face value. Not everybody. I was blessed to be raised by both my mother and father. So growing up, I listened to hip hop. Hip hop really never had like a impact on me in a sense on like what I decide, like the decisions I make in my life.
Right.
Like I still went to school, made sure I got good grades. My mom hounded me, love you, mom. Hounded me, made sure I was taught to always school comes first. Make sure my grades is good. Of course, extra activities like playing sports, stay in sports and do that. Then I went home and had my time to play with go hang out with friends, go play the game. It wasn't really all about
listen to the music.
Yeah, and listen to the music. It wasn't really about the negative outpacks of what hip hop, what not older people, but what today's society, leaders of people that's in positions of leadership are trying to prophesize and say how hip hop is having this negative overall kids.
On the youth. Well,
on the youth.
Let me ask you this. You say, of course, like it didn't really change much negatively, like in your outside life and everything, but when you look back, what do you think did it do to your mental state? Do you think that you became a little bit more like grimier, as they say, mentally, once you're hearing the music of, the gang life or the you know what I mean?
In a sense, like, is this like something I would see myself doing? Like, I'm trying to get into that?
Or no, not even. It's more of like you're with your friends talking. You know what I'm saying? Talking about this and that. Do you think that your conversations changed? The way you spoke may have changed when you decided to start listening to that music? Because that's really what I think our parents tried to stop us from, honestly.
Stop us from sounding like,
because man, I grew up in a household where there wasn't really any. I grew up in a Christian Navy military household. You know what I mean? So when I first got into hip hop and rap and R&B, shout out to the Migos. You know what I'm saying? It was a huge problem, and I realized it wasn't really because of what they were doing and the implications of what I might do. It's of the mindset.
The mindset.
You know what I'm saying? It's the mindset.
That's also what I wanted to tell you as well. It's just, I don't know, in life, I really don't know how to really explain it from my personal experience, but the way I was just raised, like just having those strong parents. Not everybody is fortunate enough to be raised in a household, a strict household, or just a caring and lovable household with both of their parents, or at least a strong parent in a sense to kind of teach them and guide them towards the right path when it comes to the sense of how hip hop could really, what's the word, promote and kind of
influence your life.
Influence someone's life. But in a sense, growing up, I just listened to it, but I always made sure, things were right when it came to school and outside of life. Hip hop was just there. In a sense, hip hop was just a feel good way. It's just like good music,
entertainment,
entertainment at the end of the day. And some people just don't see that. Even as kids, so kids won't be able to really understand that.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't get me
There's
wrong.
a level of maturity.
I understand that most definitely. When you younger, you see stuff, you think it's cool. People are older. Like it goes back to the role model.
Right.
Like you see them doing this, you're like, oh, I could do that. This is what I need to be. So in a sense, I had good role models around me, like my mom, dad, uncle, grandparents, cousins. Like I had good role models around me, so I knew all that hip hop and stuff was just their way to get money. It's all stories. It's all talk. This is that stuff.
That's very fortunate.
Of course, some behind the scenes things, some of those stuff could be true and what they say, but at the end of the day, it's storytelling. It's rhythm. It's lyrics. It's flow.
It's emotion.
It's bars. It's motion. All that comes into play when it comes to hip-hop music. So in a sense, it's all just fake. I wouldn't say fake, but it's all in a sense, it's not reality.
Right.
It's just for us to be entertained by, like you said. So
that's true.
With hip-hop, I just know it's something I like listening to, good flow. I've always been like a bass and a beat person. Like I really enjoy that when it comes to the songs. Sometimes I even zone out on the lyrics when it comes to certain songs just because I'm really trying to get that type of feel of like the beat and the bass and all that stuff. That plays a factor in that. But I do understand what some adults and older officials are talking about when it comes to children seeing this stuff and the way that might influence them to do and start negatively affect them with school.
Right.
That's a whole different conversation when it comes to like parents and household. All of this stuff, all the stuff in the world really kind of connects and affects just pretty much how people turn out. It's just not hip-hop music that is affecting the youth or anybody's life. That could be a reason. That's just part of it maybe. In a sense, that's part of it. But there's other factors to it that builds up and equals to why hip-hop could be a negative view.
I see it, man. That's interesting.
Like you said, all about the mentality. All about the mentality, man. But,
it's a mindset thing.
But it was nice having you on today with me, Brody, man.
Thank you.
You got anything else you want to say or shout out?
Hey, I appreciate that. I usually get an opportunity to shout out.
Shout out. This is your
on
time.
Such a great big platform, man. Gotta, give it up to the homies. Go listen
shout
to my
out.
man.
Take your time. Shout him
Listen,
out.
This is my homeboy from the land. My boy. G Dinero. His name is Gabe. Go shout out. Go listen to him on SoundCloud. He's producing, he's mixing, he's rapping, everything you need. Go listen to him. His name G2BRIELX on SoundCloud. Go tap in. I'm telling you.
Tap in.
One last thing, man. My young boy, it's in the works. Listen, I have the most hardworking young man at my disposal. His name is Isaiah Flowers. He's coming out with his clothing brand. Listen. It's going to drop soon. Stay tuned. Outlier is coming.
I'll make sure I'm going to plug it. Most definitely update you all.
Definitely, bro.
I love supporting what you got going on. And
100%.
everybody out there that comes on the show, it's all about life. Like you said, connections. Supporting this.
Definitely,
that's
man.
how we raise each other.
Build each other up.
That's how we elevate each other up. So
what they say, teamwork make the...
dream work. Yes, sir. You know it. Yes, sir.
You know it.
Well, from this podcast, from this show, is there one last thing you have to say? Anything you want to take from this overall podcast that you want to say?
Hey man, as a closing message,
a little message.
Follow your dreams, stay focused, and don't forget, man, it's tea time.
It's tea time. It's tea time, y'all.
They gonna hate me for that one.
They gonna hate you for that. Man, thank you again for coming on the show, y'all. This is my boy Tevin.
Yo.
Representing the Lou. We from the Lou boys, so this is good. Appreciate you again.
For sure,
I want to keep saying that. I like to make sure I let people know I appreciate y'all coming through. The Daily Function has been a work in progress over the last year. Coming up a year almost. In January, this is when I kind of started to kick it and flow by myself. Ooh. But it's been a grind. I'm trying to stay consistent for you all out there listening, and hopefully we build up and get to the next level. For sure. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to the Daily Function today. We'll catch you next time.